and or watching to the Black Eagles podcast, a Beşiktaş talk show.
Ahmet Dursun Sergen aldı. Sergen Bülent yan yana. Sergen Bülent. Sergen. Yanında Tümer var. Tümer'e doğru aksiyonlar gitti. Tümer topu aldı. Sergen aldı. Gol! Gol! Gol! Sergen attı. Sergen attı. Şampiyonluk geldi. Sergen attı. Şampiyonluk geldi.
İbrahim'in pası. Numa. Şimdi Ahmet. İkinci gole gidiyor Beşiktaş. Ahmet. Ve gol!
Hello, Black Eagles. Welcome back to the Black Eagles podcast. We are coming from another little hiatus because after the announcement of our new coach, Vincenzo Italiano, there wasn't really anything to talk about for the last 2 to 3 weeks. But I am joined once again by my two faithful companions, my co-hosts from New York City, New York, the reigning and defending champions of the world in the NBA, at least. Our number one Knicks fan here, Sinan Schwarde.
Yeah! It is an honor to be back in a Beşiktaş jersey, to not have the stress of the Knicks season, the end of the season kind of weighing on me. But yes, it's a great summer to be in New York. And I feel like, in a funny way, a great summer to be a Beşiktaş fan. Right? We're on the verge of some very fun things. We've got a great new coach who's got the boys sweating, just like I think we're all sweating these days. And yeah, I mean, before I get too excited about everything, what about our guy from Scotland?
From Glasgow, New York, Mr. Catalan. He's wearing a sweater, Sinan. He does. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Is it cold up there?
It's not
in the Highlands of Scotland.
I mean, it's about 15 degrees today.
Oh,
so
wow.
We did have very, very hot weather last week, but it's cooled down today. It's down to 15.
Okay.
Oh, boy. I thought you guys had a heat wave.
Yeah, no, we just came out of the heat
we did
wave.
last week.
Yeah.
But, last week it was 35, 36 in some places in England it was 29 here. So we did have a heat wave last week, but it's back to your usual rain and mild weather.
We had 23
I'm
degrees
jealous.
today, so it's down to 19
That's
now.
nice.
It's 9 o'clock now, so it's cooling down, which is nice because we were able actually to cool down the house a little bit now. Because as you know, Sinan, most of us here in Europe, we don't have ACs.
That's right.
You know,
yes, the age-old. Yeah,
it's not really a thing here. But let's talk about some exciting new stuff because we have really, 2-3 weeks ago we started the Vincenzo Italiano era, and kind of hand in hand with that, we are now starting the Nike era. And Beşiktaş have unveiled 3 kits. Obviously, the home kit, which let's have a look here. This is the home kit, a white kit, looking gorgeous. I mean, let's go through this kit by kit and let's talk about this a little bit. So, look, obviously, boys, the elephant in the room are the sponsors on the side, right? And also the back.
Yeah.
Now, we've had a back sponsor for many years, and let's be honest, it's always a little bit atrocious. I mean, whether it's AXA,
The back sponsors I can deal with, man.
Safi Cimento, whatever. But
who's on the back of this?
But since Terra,
Cool.
in massive cow letters, unfortunately I don't have a picture of it here, but yeah. But this is the shirt, I think, kind of feel how you should see it in all its glory, without too many sponsors, just a big sponsor on it. And I really hope that it's going to be available in this way at some point at Nike.com or whatever. I was just talking to Kartal the other day about this. I actually just recently ordered the last season's jerseys. Because as you guys know, I like to collect matched shirts. And I actually didn't get any this season because no Europe. And I think it's kind of silly to spend more money than you would spend on a store-bought shirt, on a match-issued shirt for a league game, which is essentially the same shirt you get from the stores anyway. Because I always like to get the European versions of the shirts because they don't have the sponsors on the back, they don't have the sponsors on the sleeves, the names of the players are above the number. I just think that looks a lot better, a lot more elegant. So that's why I have that.
Where did you order them from?
I couldn't get any this season because we didn't qualify for Europe, right? And in the qualifiers, we played with the normal shirt. So now I went and ended up ordering my shirts from classicfootballshirts.com. They had a nice little sale. They were already, I think, half off. So they were like $47.99. But then I think they gave like an additional 20% discount or something. So I got them for like under, I think I got them shipped for 84 euros for the two of them or something. They only had the home white jersey and the black one. But the nice thing about it is that it came without all the extra sponsors. It only had the Beko sponsor on it. So it's a lot cleaner. It feels more like a shirt you can wear outdoors. Whereas I feel like when you saw the shirts in the store here with the sponsor on the side, what's the sponsor called? Yapi Kredi or Yapi?
Chabri
Yapi. Yeah, it just looks like you're walking around with a billboard. And don't get me wrong, this is not uncommon in football these days. There's many clubs in leagues that wear like a lot more sponsors. There's just literally, in Belgium we had a club with like 7 or 8 sponsors on the front of their shirt or something at some point. So it's like, it's not that egregious. And I understand the club needs to make money. But a lot of clubs have these sponsors on the sides, but they sell the shirts to the fans in the stores with just the main sponsor. And I kind of feel like that should be the case. And if we look at, I'm going to show off the third kit. And we'll go through the kits one by one in a second, but I'll show off the third kit in a second. So this is the third kit. It's beautiful black with red accents, red details. So this shirt, apparently, if you buy this right now in Carta so you do get it without the side sponsors. But the other two shirts...
It depends on the store.
Okay. So I really hope that because of the backlash that they've been given by the fans, that they are going to end up just selling the shirts without all the extra sponsors. Because I think this is a gorgeous shirt, if you ask me.
The brilliant shirt.
Yeah.
Brilliant shirt.
Yeah. And
I mean, the two we've seen so far, I like quite a bit. Yeah, and the side sponsor is annoying. I was joking with you guys earlier, and I think it's because we're a little older, but for me, I always associate it with like the training pitch. Those training kits would often have a side sponsor or just like a few randomly placed ones. Or I always think of the Swiss league. Like back in the day, the Swiss were always the first to like go the F1 route with their jerseys.
Oh yeah.
Or like I think maybe like the second division in France. I feel like they go a little crazy.
Yeah, no, I think just France in general. There's a lot of clubs with a lot of sponsors, and like I said, Belgium have some clubs as well with a lot of sponsors on them as well. But I do think I'm not against it because obviously the club needs to make money. But it's for a club like Beşiktaş. I think it should be. You know what? One of the things that I think that this board has failed at is treating the shirt as prime real estate. And yes, the club needs to make money, but we're not making enough on these sponsorship deals. If they were paying us 5 million euros to put that Chabariapa on the side of the shirt, yeah, okay. But we don't even know how much the club is making. It's probably peanuts, really, if you look at what Beko are paying us, because Beko are paying us what was it, 3 million a year or something, or 2.3? I don't know. It's not a lot of money. I think it was like 10 million for the entire deal or something along those lines. Anyway, let's talk about the shirts.
It wasn't that intriguing.
Let's talk about these shirts. So,
a
clean, simple white shirt here with I wonder if that's an actual collar or if it's just like a pattern.
It's not. It's not. No, just it's in the fabric.
Yeah, okay.
The photos look great from today's friendly match.
Yeah, I think that shirt looks best actually on the pitch rather than in these photos. If you get some of the photos up from the game can, I think that highlights it even better.
I can see about that a bit.
I thought so too.
But I think they look fine here, though. I mean, I think the shirt looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. No, it looks fine, but...
Uzcan, did you notice the numbers? Did you notice the numbers on the shorts in the game today? Those looked a little bit large, but it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna buy those shorts anyway, so it didn't,
I did not see.
But they had like the number, and then they're like an outline around the number, so it was a little clunky, but it didn't. Whatever. I'm nitpicking at that point. I really like this jersey. In fact, I'll go so far as to say that the simple look, people have been saying, oh, you can't expect much. It's kind of, they're going to their stock for this first ones. They're not doing custom jerseys. I mean, I feel like they kind of erred on the side of simplicity so that they didn't strike out, and I, for the most part, I think they did really well with all of these.
Mm-hmm. That looks great, man. Obviously, Sinan, you've touched on the point that it's not a bespoke jersey for us, which normally we would get. Like Adidas will get, and Nike in the future will get, but this, like, a lot of people don't know how like the manufacturing and design process works for football jerseys. Like, most of the time, these designs are made a year in advance, and Nike had 4 months to put this together.
Yeah.
So in that time frame, considering normally it takes like a year, it's normal that they've kind of went for like just designs that they've maybe had, like that they have and that they've had already, and maybe just tweak the colours. Which this works great. This is everything what a Beşiktaş home shirt should be. It's mainly white, it's plain. It's all black. It's Beşiktaş, man.
Yeah, just put this on some black trunks and it's gonna look class. It's simplicity.
Yeah, white shorts, white socks.
Yeah,
black shorts, white socks.
Yeah, exactly. That's just you can't go wrong. And as long as it looks classy and like less is more when it comes to the home shirt. And I think they I mean, look, it's like you said, it's not a unique design for the club, but like for me personally, I look at it this way, guys. This is the first time we've ever worn a Nike shirt, so it's always unique. Even if it's not a unique design, it's always going to be unique because we've never had a Nike Beşiktaş shirt. So
I just think I'm finding it like really cool just seeing our badge beside Nike. Honestly, like, obviously, I'm going to be honest and say that overall I prefer Adidas for football jerseys, but just seeing that, having that change of seeing something that we're not used to, it's still really cool for me. I mean, it'll probably
novel,
quite
novel, yeah.
But it's something we've never seen before. That's I do think every time I look just to see a jersey and it's like the Beşiktaş badge and the Nike badge together, it does feel kind of cool, man.
And I think it's the right time for it, right? Like
I say, it's really.
I think it's like the Buddhists who, when you're going through like a big life change, they shave their head to kind of like commit to the fact that they're like starting over from like a new. I feel like that's what we're doing here. We're changing it all up at the same time, and I feel like we need that, right? We need a new coach with a drastically new play style. We kind of need a new identity, and so this just kind of helps. I mean, it's weird to give credit to this board because they've sort of flopped in so many other ways, but this seems sort of well orchestrated in an odd sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some pictures from the matchup here, but I'm just having some.
Oh, nice.
Also.
Yeah.
There's some I sent pretty sure I sent the squad photo into WhatsApp.
Yeah, I just had it myself as well, but for some reason it's not showing up on my computer here.
But yeah, so I like this. Yes, I mean, at one point you could say it is a bit frustrating that it's not a bespoke design considering the prices we're paying.
Really, though? I mean, I feel like I feel like we're nitpicking, I just feel like it's
a lot of money, but man, like I paid £200 for 2 shirts, man. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but you're gonna pay that anyway. If you like, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'd pay it regardless, man.
But I mean,
some might say I'm a bit of a fool, but
that's what the shirts cost these days. It's just the way it is. I mean, whether it's a unique design or not, you think that?
Yeah, but I think for that money, it'd be good to get a unique design.
It
obviously,
would be,
with
but
the
I mean, look,
circumstances.
it's not that big a deal, man. Like I said, it's the first time we get Nike. And
next year, but I'm sure
we'll see. We'll see next year, right? Yeah, like so. By the way, here's the team picture that you were talking about.
It looks great. Yeah, it looks brilliant.
By the way, guys, am I crazy to think that the Kola Turka logo on the shorts isn't? It's much better than it used to be.
It's
changed it, yeah.
Yeah, they seem to have, but I mean, maybe they've done a slightly better job, right? Because it used to be a little bit.
I don't know, if you want if I was to rate my Kola Turka logos, I'd say the one we had in like the 2010-11 season.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
That was the best one.
I don't.
The second best. I'd say the worst one was the first one. It was terrible.
Yeah, I just recall the first one,
was bad,
and it was sort
the
of.
first one looked like
quite corny.
somebody created it in Paint or something, which probably they did. To be fair.
Yeah.
And a funny fact about Call Turca now is Call Turca is actually owned by a Japanese now. It's not Turca.
That's why they've got some top-notch designers on the job.
Is there anything you guys want to
see
point out about this? By the way, also look at we also get a glimpse of the goalkeeper jersey here. I don't know if that's gonna be
That's really cool.
the actual
That's lovely.
goalkeeper jersey. Or
Yo, I kind of want one of those. If we get, I won't spoil the name, but if we get that guy, I kind of want that jersey. I like it. Hey, if you don't mind, can we go through the starting lineup? Because I feel like I don't recognize people.
I mean, I imagine that's Göktuğ because he's quite small.
Yeah, that's Göktuğ. Yeah.
No, that's Emre Bilgin.
Oh, is it Emre
Oh no,
Bilgin?
Emre
Okay,
Bilgin.
so
Emre
wait,
Bilgin. Yeah.
I mean, look, I have to be honest. I don't.
Ridvan is the captain.
Yeah.
Ridvan is the captain. Emirhan Topçu.
I see
Thiago
Taylan.
Jallo.
Yeah, Cherny.
Taylan Bulut. Cherny.
Kartal.
Kartal Kaida and Junior Olaitan.
Olaitan's
Okay, so
there.
those are the ones I know. Top left, second row is Ahmet Sami Bircan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who
So
the guy is beside Ridvan on the left.
Yeah,
Ridvan.
who is that in the front row, second right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks,
Who the hell is that guy?
looks like a handsome kid, but I have no idea who it is, man. No.
It's crazy. I can't even find. I was trying to see who scored our goals. I was trying to find any sort of bare stats. There's nothing. They don't. There's no listing
And
of this match
who's
happening.
that next to Emre Bilgin? Is that Devrim Şahin?
Isn't that Emirhan?
I'm not sure.
That's
Is
Emirhan.
that Emirhan? Oh, okay.
That's Emirhan Topçu.
No,
Yeah.
is that Emirhan?
He's just looking like he came up like a bit of a vacationeer.
Yeah,
Be
okay.
careful.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
Dale.
yeah, that'll explain why Emre doesn't look that imposing, because obviously Emirhan and
Yeah, Emirhan's a
Jallo
bit of a bruiser.
and Mustafa, they're all pretty tall, I guess.
Thailand too. I didn't realize.
No
Thailand.
Simi. Yeah,
Thailand
boy.
Thailand's a tall guy as well. No Simi in this lineup, which is interesting, I think.
Yeah, I mean, considering we see Ahmet Sami Bircan in there instead, I suppose he's on the wing.
Yeah, that's.
I still just let's piece this together. So we have Emirhan as our left central defender,
I mean,
Ridvan as the left back, Thailand as the right back. Who is the right central defender? Oh, Jallo. Okay,
No.
Jallo. So then we've got Kartal Kaida in the midfield. Yeah, so that guy must be. Is that Şengezer or something? Like there's a guy I didn't recognize.
Şengezer.
Not Şengezer. I just threw a name out.
Yeah.
No, there was a name I didn't recognize on the camp.
I don't know.
The list.
It's obviously, look, this was a friendly played behind closed doors. I think that's a good thing. Honestly, Cengiz in the group chat said something interesting. He said, I think all the games should be played behind closed doors to prevent fans from going fucking apeshit. And I think he has a good point, man. Like, especially like the early friendlies, just play them behind closed doors. Don't show any footage. Maybe show the goals and let that be it. Because honestly, the last, as far as I can remember, going back even to the early 2000s, man, like, people lose their shit about friendly matches that mean absolutely nothing. I remember when we won the league, I think with Lucescu, I think we lost like almost all our friendlies or something.
I can't. I don't recall that.
They mean nothing, man. These friendly matches, and
I want to comment on this quick.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
Just to we do have a guy named Kartal Cengizer,
Okay.
a new guy. So I'm thinking maybe that could have been him. But that's just because that's one name I really don't recognize. But there's quite a few. So anyway, I just want to say that I feel like it's sad that those of us who watch these matches without malintent, right? Like for example, I love doing my preseason power rankings. Honestly, I don't need to do them this summer. It's going to be a busy summer for me. But it's sad that people who like look for prospects and who watch this with like an innocent eye don't get the opportunity to watch this in the name of preventing shitheads from overreacting. But I guess that's society.
I mean,
right?
look,
like
this is
we have to always safeguard ourselves.
yeah, but
against
also
shitheads.
like if you're let's say you're a Racing Genk or an Anderlecht fan or whatever, you don't get to see most of the friendlies. Like, most of those friendlies aren't televised. So, I mean, I think we've kind of been spoiled as Beşiktaş fans that we get these matches. Yeah. But honestly, I don't know. I don't think it does anyone any favors. Also, maybe we should just be given that they should be. I think the players should get the preseason to prepare without any without exaggerated scrutiny, and maybe us fans should get a couple of weeks extra to just chill and not have to stress about football matches. So I'm not. I wouldn't be too upset if they decided, okay, we're not gonna show any other ones. Anyway, let's talk about this one, guys, because this one I feel this is the striped jersey, and this one stirred up some controversy for sure. A lot of people not liking this design, and you guys know I've been hoping for years now for a traditional Çubuklu with full stripes down the sleeves and everything, just a full striped shirt. We were finally going to get that from Adidas. They didn't give it to us for 17 years. They gave it to us in the first time around when we had Adidas in the 90s, but they, for some reason, refused to give it to us. And they were finally going to give us one. Obviously, we changed sponsors now. We changed to Nike. And honestly, for years, I've been hoping for us to sign a deal with Nike because Nike tend to do traditional classical jerseys really well. And I was certain they were going to give us like a proper traditional Çubuklu. And wouldn't you effing know it, we get the first batch of Nike shirts and we get a Çubuklu. And it's something abstract. It's something special. It's not a traditional Çubuklu like what I wanted, and I think a lot of Beşiktaş fans wanted as well after seeing the Adidas one. But I have to say, contrary to a lot of people, I really dig this. I think this is a really good looking shirt, especially the way it's pictured here. I almost feel like it looks like metallic, like there's a metallic shine or something. I don't know. I love it. I think it looks great. Yeah. And the controversy about
that picture on the top right is the best I've seen it, actually.
Yeah, and the controversy about this shirt is, of course, that FC Barcelona had a shirt very similar, very close to this, about 12 years ago, I think, 2014 or 2016 or something like that. So
I think it was 15 years ago.
Yeah, so even 15 years ago. So well over a decade ago, FC Barcelona had a very similar shirt to this. Let me have a look here. Is it this picture? I think that's not the right one. That's not right.
Oh, that's a.
Let's see.
That's a throwback.
Yeah. No, sorry.
You're just looking at reminders of last season, Cam.
That's the one. Yeah. So this one, it's roughly the same design. Kata, you did point out that it's not exactly the same. There's some differences. But my question then is Barcelona the only club in 15-something years that got this design? Because if it is,
there's one more. Some team that wears green and yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one more.
So then I would argue that this is a pretty damn unique shirt. No?
Yeah, and actually, people are saying it's the exact same, but if you pay attention, look at the neck collar. Ours, on our one, the design continues into the neck collar, whereas in the Barcelona one, it's just a unified coloured burgundy neck.
Okay.
So
and the sleeves.
It's not actually
there's an under.
Right, that's correct.
Right, the under element under the armpit, and then to
honestly,
the sleeve.
I think the contrast of black and white just makes it pop so much more, and it just looks better. I think it looks great. I really like the diagonal line on the lines, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, man. I really, really like this shirt. I think also, by the way, I think this is a nice shirt to wear casually. A lot of people were saying it's not. I actually think it is. I think this is a really cool shirt to wear out casually. I think all three of them are. Obviously, look, this is like a sports shirt, right? Whereas with...
Does it have Chabriapi on the side?
Well,
they've all got them.
Yeah, they all got it. No, well, the black one. Well, whatever. But I mean, obviously, look, the white one and the black one are shirts you could casually wear whereas this is always going to be clearly a sports shirt, clearly a football shirt. I mean, obviously the white one and the black one are as well, but it's a little bit more timid, I guess you could say, or a little bit more, I don't know. But you were always going to get that. Even if it would have been a traditional Çubuklu full stripe, then you still would be wearing, then you'd be like walking around like a referee, right? So it's you're always going to have that with a striped shirt. I think this is a great shirt. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, because a lot of negativity about this shirt. So I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. So have at it, boys.
You go first, Kartal.
I'm not 100% keen on it. Sometimes I look at it and think it looks decent. Other times I think, no, not at all.
You skipped this one, I imagine, right? I guess you.
I didn't buy this one. I bought the white and the black.
Yeah.
I didn't buy this one. Which I think it's probably everyone would be pretty unified in saying the white and the black ones are better. I skipped this one. No, I'm not a huge fan on it. Sometimes I look at it and say it actually looks all right, but I think there's a good chance it'll grow on me once I see the players wear on the pitch.
Yeah. I think this is one of those that's gonna grow on people. And you know what? Actually, we should probably do this. We should grade the shirts. So maybe we should go quickly back to the white one and grade it, and then we can continue on this one. I know I'm a little all over the place. Is that okay with you, Sinan? Or do you want to...
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so let's just grade the white one first. So I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. Katha, what do you think?
8.
8. And you, Sinan?
8. I was going to go 8 too.
All right, so a 7.5 and 2 8s for the white one. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. We'll talk about.
By the way, and it would be an 8.5 without the Chabadiapi.
Okay, but I'm not even counting that, because I am hopeful that maybe.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say 8.5, and I downgraded it just because of that. I think maybe.
I'm holding out hope that in a couple of weeks maybe they'll pop up on Nike.com and we'll be able to order them without the extra sponsors. So
yeah, that's what I done last year. Like that, the Tops Karen was talking about when I bought my Çubuklu. I got the white shirt from Kartal USAU last year, but I got the Çubuklu a couple of months later from Adidas.co.uk, and it came, like Khan said, with like only the main sponsor on it. And I think that's why, because classic football shirts are a UK-based company, I'm sure. So I think what they would have sold probably was like the leftover stock from the Adidas website, and that's probably why they sold it discounted. So like internationally, the ones that went on sale internationally last season didn't have sleeve and back sponsors. So hopefully, when Nike released them, but there was talks that if they were to be released, it might not be till like January, that they wouldn't have the other sponsors on them. So hopefully that is the case. Obviously, I've already bought mine. It's too late for me, but hopefully for people that are holding out, that does happen.
I guess you could get the striped one in January if you change your mind on it.
Yeah, it grows on them. Yeah. Let's get your thoughts on this one first, Sinan, and then we can do the points on this one as well.
Yeah, well, and you talked about how you thought this was going to grow on people, and I think I'm a case in point in that when I first saw it, I was like, ugh, what the fuck is this? Well, pardon my language, but I've kind of come full circle on it, and I guess now full circle would mean I'm back to not liking it. No,
you've got a 180.
I really like it.
Yeah,
a 180. Yeah, I really quite like it, and I think it's unique. At first, I thought maybe it'd be cooler if the sleeves were black. And the imprint was white, but I honestly, it looks pretty cool. I want to see it on the players on the pitch, first of all. And let me use this as a moment to put the sort of annual caveat on all of these jerseys, which is that how they perform in these kits will ultimately, if they have a great season, it has the potential to bump, an 8 up to a 9. And whatever grade we give these up another notch, right? How our impression of this season will weigh heavily on how we see these going forward in the future. So with that said, I don't know, a nice little run in Europe or a nice, obviously a campaign in
for sure.
domestic league.
Yeah. Yeah.
And suddenly this is like a collector's item.
Exactly.
I mean, it might honestly be anyway, in a sense, in that usually the ones that are the least popular become kind of cult classics in a few years because very few people get them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and also just because they're
and this could easily be one of
and
those.
this is a shirt that we're not gonna see again because it's such a unique design. I think in like 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, this will be looked back on like, oh, that was a pretty special shirt. And I'm just looking at it right now, and I'm thinking, how the top portion of the stripe section is like really thick black lines, very thin white lines. I would love to see a shirt that's completely like that, if you know what I mean, like full black and then just have the thin white lines. I think that would be gorgeous.
Yeah,
as well.
that would be pretty damn sexy for sure.
I mean,
Pinstripes or pinstripe-like, I guess.
yeah, a little bit thicker because it's not quite pinstripes, right? It's a little thicker.
Yeah.
So I think that would be really cool as well. Let's get into the grading of it then. So I would give this, I think, an 8 out of 10. I really like it.
Oh, more than the white shirt? That's crazy.
I like it more than a white shirt. Yeah, I like it more than a white shirt. What about you, Kathal?
5.
5.
Yeah, that's because it's got a Beşiktaş badge on it.
Okay. What about you, Sinan?
Wow.
5 is harsh.
Maybe
I am going 7.5. Although I was tempted to bump it up to 8 and give it an equal. I might, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5.
So,
but there's a potential for it to bump up when I
yeah.
see it in my hands.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course. I mean, obviously, look, that's gonna be an important caveat as well. Like, right? Like, once you get it in hand.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at this one then, because I mean, spoiler alert, this is my favorite of the three.
Best.
We've been nailing the black ones lately.
Yeah, this is a gorgeous shirt. I love the combination of the all black with then the
red
details, and then if you look into
the inlay looks stunning.
And the
inlay is stunning.
It's
the
got
the cubes with the grid.
Yeah, and it's like, what is that? It's like a little bit of ash tone or grayish gradient or something. I don't know, but it looks. I really like it.
Like charcoal almost.
Yeah. I think this is. It's very reminiscent of the 2014-15 shirt. It's
good shout.
But with a great Beko sponsor on, obviously. Like for me, this is. I mean, I'm gonna go straight into grading because I don't really have much to add. For me, this is like a 9.5. I'm gonna put it at 9.5 right now. I might come down on that in the future, but yeah, I think this is a masterpiece of a shirt. Unique design or not, it doesn't matter. I think it just absolutely.
I mean, the inlay kind of, regardless of the sort of simplicity, the inlay adds a kind of classy flair to it. I'm very excited to get this one in hand for sure.
Yeah, this is the one that I.
Cartel,
you
go first with your.
Yeah, I'd say so. That I gave the white one an 8. I'm going to give this an 8.5.
Okay, that's just. I think that's still very modest for it. Yeah. What about you? I mean, you can let me.
8.5 is a great score.
Gathal, if you
get 85% in a test.
No, of course, no, and besides grading it, if you have any remarks, like obviously we didn't really talk about it too much. I don't really have much to add because I just think it's just such a great shirt.
See if we're going to do like the red accent thing. I think it goes best with on a black shirt. It doesn't look as good on a white shirt.
No, I agree.
Or a shirt.
100%. Yeah.
I think the red really pops. I think on black, it really does. Just like the 14-15 black shirt, and then this one.
Yeah.
It really does pop.
I'm curious what they're gonna do with the number with the name and the number on the back. Whether they're gonna do it in white, which I expect them to do it in white because of Beko being white as well. But it could also look really, really sexy if they did it in red. The red name, red number, but it might be a little bit too difficult on television to see it. Then I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do think that would be gorgeous. But then they could have also done the Beko sponsor in red. But I actually like the contrast.
I think the Beko looks good with the white.
I agree.
Yeah,
the contrast is great. Yeah.
Either way, it's great.
So a 9.5 from me and an 8.5 from Kartal. Sinan.
I'm going with a 9. I'm going to give it a 9
okay.
With a potential 9.5. I want to see how much the red bit on the back comes through.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you look carefully, I think it actually extends out over the ridge into a kind of mini collar around the back. So I feel like it will be visible.
I hope not.
Which for me that would be a positive.
Oh,
I want you to be able to see some of that red. I want you to see some of that red on the neck when you're wearing it. I mean, but just for the continuity of the red accent. But I love this shirt. I love this shirt. I think it's probably more like a 9.5 once I get it in hand. And this is one that like the Chabriapi on the side doesn't even bother me as much because it's just kind of white on black. Like it, you know, like with the white, with the white,
a good chance of not having it though, which is good.
With the white shirt, you know, there's like a black accent and then the white lettering on top, which almost like draws more attention to the Chabriapi. Whereas with this, it's sort of more underspoken. You know, even I just mean on what we're looking at here. You know, it kind of sits in there a little bit more subtle.
Yeah,
so.
Sinan, I can confirm to you that the back of the collar is red.
But isn't it, guys? Isn't it a little?
Red, half black.
Cathal, you just pointed out that there's there's a chance you won't get the Chabriapi on the side. Isn't it ridiculous that you're basically playing?
Lottery.
Yeah, you're playing lottery. You're playing Russian roulette almost. Like this is a shirt that costs 6,099 lira. So that's what? That's like 100.
You should just be able to check a box,
that's
man.
130 euros. Yeah, exactly. Like you shouldn't be.
I like thought 200 quid for 2 of the jerseys.
Actually, let's use this as an opportunity to put the club on blast a little bit because it's 2026, and we still have to rely on them having a distributor in Europe and like they have a website.
Yeah.
Put the stuff on the website, sell it abroad. Ship it. It's not that hard to sort out.
The problem with that is the customs, right? You have to ship it internationally.
Out
of Turkey,
sure.
And that's why
but, you know,
I mean, look,
figure it out. You're gonna sell it at a higher rate if you need to. You know, like it's not like At the end of the day, you can make it work. And frankly, like modernize that shit. Have a website where you can click boxes. Yeah, I want this sponsor. I want that sponsor.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I want the conference league thing on the side or whatever. Once that becomes an option, or like let's enter this new millennium that we're 26 years too late to enter.
Your club to be ran correctly, and unfortunately, I guess I'll just break the news now that Kartal EU is not, as of what I last heard. It's not continuing its operations, unfortunately. As you know, they were officially partnered with the club, but they weren't actually ran by the club. I don't know if that might be news to some of you, but they were basically what they were doing is they were buying the shirts directly from the club. They were buying the merch directly from the club. They were the official distributor in Europe and worldwide, really, because kartaljuvasi.com.tr does not ship internationally, as far as I know, anymore. It used to, but I think they stopped doing that.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, and now with kartaljuvasi.eu, they did do the worldwide distribution, essentially. But, the club messed that up. I'm not going to go into any details because I don't think that's up to me to do so. I can just let you know kartaljuvasi.eu, unfortunately, will not be entering the Nike era, so to speak.
I think the game plan is that we are going to get, starting from next year, like worldwide distribution through Nike.
Yeah, but that doesn't. But Kartal,
the other things you won't be able to buy.
Yeah.
Probably other than the shirts. Yeah, and maybe some of the training gear and
maybe some of the training gear, Kartal. But there's so much more merchandise that is sold by Kartaljuvasi that won't be available there. Like any of the shirts made in-house by the club, any merchandise, wristbands, caps, backpacks, whatever, pajamas, whatever, man. Like so many merchandising opportunities that you're just missing out on. And look, okay, kartaljuvasi.eu had a significantly less wide selection than obviously the Turkish store had, but they did have a lot of the stuff still. Like for example, the retro jerseys we brought out last year, they were sold there as well. The distribution wasn't great. The stock they got wasn't great, all that kind of stuff. But still, there was an opportunity to get it in Europe. And now I feel like, okay, maybe next year there's going to be the opportunity to get a lot of stuff from Nike. Let's hope so. Because, let's be clear, Beşiktaş are supposedly an elite club for Nike, but a local elite club, which means that basically means Nike will be distributing. You will be able to buy stuff straight from Nike locally in Turkey, not internationally. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. And right now there's a distribution problem because the only way now to get a Beşiktaş jersey for the moment is the old-fashioned way, getting a friend or a family member to bring it when they're going on holiday, getting it yourself when you're going on holiday. It's like 2005 in 2026. And it's just such a miserable failure by the club once again. In the debut year for Nike, where you just made a big deal out of, well, you know, we could have gotten more money from Nike if we would have committed to selling 500,000 shirts. Now, I don't know how you plan on ever reaching a target like that if you're not even going to distribute in 95% of the world. Because the only way to get a Beşiktaş shirt right now is in Turkey. So it's just...
Yeah, that was a nice thing about last year with Adidas for the first time in years. Okay, it might have been a couple of months after launch, but I was able to actually buy the shirt from Adidas UK.
That's not the first time, though, because the home shirt...
It might not be the first time, it was the first time in a long time, though, Karen. It hadn't been available for years.
I don't think so. I think the home shirt was mostly available on Adidas. But like I said, after a couple of months.
I'd never seen it.
I've seen it multiple times, so yeah.
You could get all three,
but still look at that. It's not just about the jerseys, right? And it's also, yes, you might be able to get the jersey from Nike, but you won't be able to customize it. Will you be able to get a name on it? Will you be able to get patches? Will you be able to get this, that? They had a fantastic agreement with the guys from cataluas.eu. They did a great job, great customer service. They shipped worldwide. They were doing a fantastic job, and yeah, all I can say is the club dropped the ball there, and I think once again shows that they don't really care about the fans. It's like they're allergic to money because they're just saying no to so much revenue. Like cataluas.eu were doing a good job. They were, I think they were getting like 10,000 plus reviews per month or something. I don't know. They told me, but they were doing really well. So yeah, it's just a shame, and I feel like we're being left out in the cold again as diaspora fans. And also, you know, we finally tapped the Asian market now with Oh Hyun-gyu. We have the opportunity to do, you know, Murillo is a good seller for Panama as well. Who knows who we will sign? We will talk about that in a little bit. Let's say you go and you sign a player that's very popular in this country, like Romelu Lukaku. Who's to say that people from Belgium won't want a Beşiktaş shirt with his name on it? It's a missed opportunity. You finally had a good distribution in Europe. You had a really good thing going, and for some reason you have to screw it up. And that's the only thing I can say, that the club screwed this up, and they did. But it's not my story to tell, but it's unfortunate, you know.
So, we're talking about the game. It was Ozan Sevim that was in the top 11.
Okay. American roots?
There's a bunch of names I don't recognize.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see.
Yeah, there's names like Ahmet Okutan, something Tura, Yeşilyurt, right? There's a bunch of names I do not recognize on this camp roster.
Let's see if we have any comments, by the way,
Ali
guys,
Pagda,
for the
Jumali Gursev.
Let's see if we have any comments here for the shirts. Yasin says the home kit is the best of the three. I don't like the away kit, and the third kit is an Aldi version of last season's third kit. What? The black shirt is an Aldi version of last season. What are you talking about? It looks nothing like last season's black kit. The only thing
last season's black kit had a collar.
Yeah, it had a collar, and it had silver accents, and
And that lining and quite different.
I don't see the resemblance there at all.
I don't view simplicity as
no, me neither. I like
making
simplicity.
it cheaper by any stretch. In fact, I would argue if you go, I spend way too much time in freaking Soho these days. I'm not gonna lie, but when you go down there, the really, you've got the kind of places that all the sort of standard tourists go to, and then the really high end stuff. It is like sleek, simple.
Yeah. Less is more. Less is more. And you know what? My take on that is you can have, I think, one shirt a year that's got some special crap going on. That's a little bit out there. It's a little bit more daring. I would argue that's our away shirt this season. But I think if you've got 3 kits, at least 2 of them should be very much less is more. And I think especially when you're a big tradition club like Beşiktaş, like Real Madrid, like Barcelona, like AC Milan, I think, when you're a big tradition club, of course, I'm likening us here to some of the world's greatest, but in Turkey, Beşiktaş is a massive, massive tradition club. So is Galatasaray, so is Fenerbahçe, Trabzonspor. I think you need to stay true to your roots for the most part. You can have a shirt every once in a while. It's a little bit out there. Every once in a while, maybe you can take a little bit of a risk with your home shirt. Like, for example, last season, I think, we were pretty daring with our home shirt with the black on one side and the red on the other side.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So I think it's fine to do every now and then. But I think for the most part, you need to stay very much in the less is more category.
I think Adidas done too much playing about with a home shirt in recent years.
Yeah.
Lately they got a little carried away.
Season we're going to get probably one of the best ones of all time with the Adidas original ones, but the last few years, man, I feel like they did do too much playing about with that shirt. One year we even had fucking grey stripes on the home shirt. Like, come on, what was that all about? I boycotted that shirt. I didn't buy it.
And Cartel, one thing that annoys me about a lot of these Adidas original ones is they're doing a really thick, for the 3 stripes on top. These guys here.
Yeah,
they're making them real thick.
That's just their style this season. I think they do that for all the shirts, not just the originals. I think all of them have it.
Exactly.
It's just their.
Yeah, that Adidas original shirt that was leaked was amazing.
Remember?
See, the reality is they're not that much different. What we actually end up getting, it's not. Okay, I'd say that the original one's got a bit more character and maybe it's better, but it's not that much different.
No, you're
this
right.
one's really good as well.
It's very true.
Especially Cartel. Imagine you had the Adidas original and they threw Chabiriapi on the sides of that, right? Like then it's. Right, you're kind of
blasphemy. Part of it. Originals is meant to give you a retro vibe, and then if you get Javier,
you throw on exactly the Swiss flair.
Let's see. Nasser says, I personally like the home and away kit and don't like the sponsor on the side. I don't think anyone likes the sponsor on the side.
It's been the biggest talking point on Twitter since they were announced on Monday.
Look, I think the vast majority of fans agree that it's fine to have it in the matches. Just give us the shirt without the side sponsor and we're happy. I think 90% of fans are on that boat. Obviously, you have a minority who's like, oh, it's you shouldn't have it, period. No, of course, if it brings in money, it's okay, I guess. But it should bring enough money, and we don't even know how much money it's bringing in because they don't disclose these numbers, which I don't like. But like I said, the clubs, the shirts should be treated as prime real estate, and they really aren't being treated like that. All right, let's see. We have a couple more comments here. Sebastian, as I mentioned, has a comment here about a transfer, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. He also mentions, love the home shirt. Hope it will be available without a side sponsor, but I'll get it either way. Yasin says, do you guys mean that the claw kit was created in MS Paint? That was iconic. The claw kit. No,
the 0910.
We're talking about Kola Turka's logo. We were not talking about the kit, our kit.
No, we were talking about Kola.
If you look at
and that's not
what
even...
we're talking about is if you look at the Turca logo on the, for example, 0506 shirt.
Yeah. He's very fond
was
of
like
of the debut shirts of Adidas, and I think he thought we were talking about those, but we were talking about the debut of Turca, which was the 2005-6 season. Yeah, when they basically had a wide,
Umbro, right?
They had a wide
Umbro.
Yes,
yeah.
They had a wide block and a black block next to each other. In fact, you know what? I definitely have one of those shirts in my cover here, so I'll grab one.
Yeah.
I would have one, except the Cola Turca ripped off the front. That was that was epidemic.
See that black shirt, the 0506 black shirt, like the Umbro one.
Yeah.
See when you actually get the Cola Turca off of that is one amazing shirt. It's like a.
See this?
It's like a New Zealand rugby shirt, man, just pure black.
Yeah.
This is a brilliant shirt. I think this is a.
So I think
this shirt here is amazing.
You see that? It's like a block.
Yeah.
That's the original Cola Turca sponsor.
Yeah, the sponsor's terrible, but see the shirt. I think that shirt itself is probably the best one Umbro done.
Yeah, that was classic.
It's just plain black.
Although, I mean, Umbro had a couple other ones I liked too, but yeah, that was definitely up there.
Also, by the way, I don't know why does he think the claw kit is iconic? By the way, there's nothing iconic about that shirt. I think it's
that was one of the few jerseys that I didn't buy.
It's just a personal favorite of his. I think that doesn't make it iconic. We didn't do anything special in that shirt. And I think it was.
I associate it with Rodrigo Teo, who never tasted success.
It was an interesting shirt for sure. I don't hate it. I think it's nice, but like again, it's like doing something out there with the home kit, which I think is a little blasphemous, honestly. It's a nice shirt, but it's not that. I definitely wouldn't call it iconic. Now the baklava look, that's iconic. You know, that's an iconic shirt.
Yeah.
The Bacikle is an iconic shirt, but I definitely wouldn't call the claw shirt iconic. But that's a matter of personal opinion, I guess. Oh, here's some grades from Yasin. Home shirt 8 out of 10, away 3.5 out of 10, and the dirt kit 5 out of 10. Man, he's hating.
He changes it though. He said outside of the context, he said he'd give it a 7 out of 10, maybe, but
I think
similar.
What I would say, Yasin, is I think anything with the Beşiktaş badge on it should be 5 out of 10 at least.
But what is? I don't understand why he thinks it's similar. The only thing it has in common with last season's shirt is that it's black, and that it has
red accents,
and it has a white bagel sponsor. But did last season's have red accents?
It did. It had like red, like kind of running down like the kind of side, like
but very different.
Side.
Yeah.
Let me grab it because I just got
like lace.
it. It's in here. So.
Athiljan said black shirt looks good in the pictures, not so quality in person. To be honest, Athiljan, are you currently in Turkey? And I take it, have you seen the kits in person?
Okay,
no, he said on the group chat he saw a guy. He saw a guy wearing it on the TV show.
This is gray. This is white. Yeah, it has a little bit of red on there, but like this, I mean, come on.
It's nothing like it, yeah.
That's
get your shit together, Yasin.
It's completely different shirts.
I think the new ones all
Adidas logo were red, and it like the stripes were red. Then maybe the collar. I really don't see it. I just don't see it.
I think the collar is so different. And the collar on the new one, is so much better too. So yeah, get it together, Yasin. Just kidding. But Atil said that he saw a guy on a TV show who was wearing the black one, and it looked like a plain shirt. I would just say, Atil, that on a TV you don't get very good resolution typically. You're not going to see the inlay. You're not going to see the little detail on the red on the back of the collar. You're missing elements. And plus, you're probably watching some dumpy, middle-aged guy. Granted, that's what I am. That's what Khan and I are. But
hey! I wouldn't call you dumpy. What's dumpy about you?
Oh man, you gotta see. I got a bit of a beer gut coming either.
Black shirt looks good
and plus, Khan, you're like you're hitting the weights, so we're doing our best for men in their 40s, man.
I'm not in my 40s. I'm 37. Fuck's sake.
Fuck. Well, I'm deep in my 40s now.
40s.
Shit, I underestimated you.
I'm still in my.
But yeah,
still in my 30s for a good while.
Yeah, I would say Attil, hold it in your hand before you make that assessment, like determinatively. And that obviously applies to all of us too. But yeah, I think in a weird way, you probably get a better view of it from these photos where they're actually showing you these details than you would on a TV, or especially maybe if it's on a internet. YouTube
it depends on the TV station as well. Is it? Although camera is very good, as you were saying, like the resolution might not be great.
I do feel like there's a lot of negativity,
lacking texture
online about the shirts. I really like all three. I mean, is this the best lineup of shirts we've ever had? No, but I think I like them. I think.
And it's not going to be on for year one. Let's wait till the next couple of years, and then you can properly start comparing.
But I feel like very frequently you're like, you have like 3 shirts you release, and there's like one you really like, and one that's like okay, and then the other one's like eh. And for me this season, I'm like, I feel like I hope we play in this shirt today because I don't want us to play in the other one. I feel like all 3 of them.
Last year I think I wore the black one the most, but I barely wore any of them. And I was wearing the black one with like the flipped up collar, kind of, I honestly feel like this year there's certainly going to be 2 kits that I'll kind of like happily rock outside, and that third one might there's a chance it'll end up my favorite, all things considered.
I think last year the shirts were decent. They weren't some of the best. They were decent. Yeah.
I didn't like the Çubuklu. I didn't like the collar or the lack of a color. The white one.
2010 and 2019, Adidas never missed.
Çubuklu for me last season was definitely my least favorite. It's just
if you look at between 2010 and 2019, I think Adidas had hit after hit in that time period.
I think I mean,
we had a really good
manufacturer for us in the kind of last half decade or whatever. Then there was some not so good sets, but still some
way more hit or miss.
I think the
black one a year ago,
22 set was really good. I think I really like the home shot in 22-23. I think the 24-25 set when Nafa and Chiro came, that set was really nice.
Yeah, the black one.
That black one was an all-timer.
Yeah, and the green one as well, man. The green shot was really
good. I
think the white one looked really good on the pitch, and even that Çubuklu template one that we used instead because the board vetoed the green one.
Yeah,
even that one was really nice as well.
Yeah,
and the black as well.
Right. That was nice, but literally everyone in the league was wearing the same shirt, and I think that's one of the things with these shirts. I feel like. Yes, they might not be unique designs, but you're not gonna have like Gaziantepspor or wearing the same shirt as we are
in different colors.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're not gonna get
that was nothing to do with Adidas. That was just Hassan Aratspor being idiots. For vetoing that green shirt, which was one of the most unique jerseys you'll ever have because it literally had like BJK all over it.
Yeah.
Which it couldn't have been for anyone else.
Yeah.
I think that. I kind of wish I got that one because I did look at it in the catalog. I said what latterly, and I thought, that was actually a beautiful.
You can still get it.
Oh, like that way.
You can still get it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You gotta get it. I highly recommend it.
I think Qatar University EU is still online. You can probably still buy their stock, what they've got left. So maybe worth having a look on there, or just get it.
They're not online.
Is it not online anymore?
I don't think so. I checked.
Okay. I wonder what they're going to end up doing with their stock then. Because, I mean, you'd imagine they want to get rid of that. Anyway, the shirts. Let's talk some transfers, I would say. because Beşiktaş have also
Yeah,
made their first official signing, guys.
Yeah, finally. That's the big problem just now.
Yeah.
The coaching hire is the best we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Like a coach that, for once, we're able to say we've signed a foreign coach that was the right profile, but so far, really, it's been too quiet on the transfer front.
Yeah.
We've only just made our first signing.
Yeah. So let's have a look here. Our first signing is a left back, a position we had to address. It's a young player from Monaco, Kassoum Ouattara, French-born, also a French youth international, I believe. I think he's 21 years old. He will qualify for the under 23 quota. Has some impressive statistics from this past season, including the most offensive recoveries on the opposition's half. It's 3.95 per game. Also had an impressive over 1 key pass per match. He had the most accurate crosses of any under 23-year-old player, fullback in the French league. Apparently struggled with a knee injury. And the reported fee, not officially confirmed, the reported fee is 8 million to be paid in 3 installments. We're paying 2 million now, and then 3 subsequent installments of 2 million in the next 3 years. And there's also a 2 million bonus included in the deal, depending on performance, whether we qualify for Europe or whatever, I don't know. Those are the rumored numbers, obviously. Those are the reported numbers in the French media. We don't know if these are 100% correct, but they're probably close. And again, the projected wage, the reported wage, supposedly somewhere between 1.5 and 1.8 million a year. We are finally addressing a position that we had to fill in for a long time. So our rotation now at left back will be Ridvan Yilmaz and Kassoum Ouattara. It's difficult to judge a transfer like this, I feel, guys, because it's a little bit of an under the radar player for us unless you watch League all the time. But that's good, right? It's a good thing. We're signing a young player. This is a player that will be, like I said, part of that +4 under 23 quote. So together with Junior Olaitan, another young player in the squad now, that hopefully will.
And maybe also Taylan Bulut. Is he still? He still counts as German.
No,
right?
no. He counts as a Turk. We sorted that out in the beginning of the season last year already. So.
Nice.
I think as long as he doesn't play for the German senior team, he'll be fine. Now, if he chooses to play for Germany and he gets capped, then he would probably count as a foreigner.
Yeah, I mean, Turkey could do with a right back, man, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, who do we have right now? Zeki Çelik, who's approaching 30, and Mert Mulder, who's I think Mert's a decent player, but I mean, he's not.
He's a good player. No, he's offensively he's very good, man, but defensively he's trash.
He's not. I mean, you know, there's definitely he's not Ferdi Cadiolo level, so there's definitely a vacancy there in the coming years with Zeki also getting older. And honestly, I never thought Zeki was that good. So I think, you know, if someone like Thailand can develop, he has an opportunity to.
Yeah, I mean, he had huge boots to fill in Gökhan Yunus, man, and he never filled them. I feel like Zeki's he was a reliable defender. Obviously, he's good, man. Otherwise, he wouldn't have played so long for Lille Roma. But he's very limited, I think.
Yeah, very very limited offensively. Doesn't really know what to do. I feel like when he gets into those positions, happened a couple of times for Turkey. He gets in those positions where I think a Mert Mulder is a lot more able. Anyway, Kassoum Ouattara, guys. I mean, I'll see. Maybe I can try and find someone to talk to about him. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of other stuff to talk about in terms of transfer rumors. Let's talk about another transfer that is supposedly close-ish. Alexander Nübel, German goalkeeper, German international goalkeeper. He was the 3rd goalkeeper for Germany at this World Cup. Of course, Germany were sent packing this week. So that's good news for us, I guess, if we want to finalize this transfer. Alexander Nübel, he is under contract with FC Bayern München, but he has been playing consistently out on loan for the past couple of years. The last 3 years for VfB Stuttgart, and then the season before that for AS Monaco. He's a 30-year-old goalkeeper, third goalkeeper for the German national team. Bayern already conveyed to him that they don't really want to continue. They don't want to continue with him. They don't see if they won't be needing him, I guess. He's a goalkeeper that's known for good footwork. Good shot stopper. Looks like an interesting player for us for sure. And then supposedly we are close to a deal. We just have to work out something with Bayern. And conflicting reports really, right? Like some reports are saying, Beşiktaş and Nübel have agreed in large parts on a personal level, but they still have to figure something out with Bayern. But I haven't seen very concrete, okay, they have 100% agreed. So I don't know. What do you guys feel about this transfer? Do you think he's the guy we should be going for, or are you holding out hope for someone else? Kata, let me start with you.
Yeah, I'm saying Nübel, look, I mean, I can't say that I'm watching greatly like goalkeepers of the world, so I can't say there's someone I've got my eye on. We've been linked with this guy for a good few weeks now. Yeah. And on paper, he seems to be the profile we're wanting. It seems like I'm just done a bit of a AI search on him, to be honest. Says that he's best suited to playing systems with high defensive line, possession football and pressing teams. His distribution, according to ChatGPT, is 9 out of 10, which is his biggest strong suit, which is something that, from what we've read, something that's valued a lot by our head coach Vincenzo Italiano. Sweeper keeper, his reflexes and composure and athleticism are pretty good as well. They say that his consistency and command of the box could be better, but even them, they've given him 7.5 and 7 out of 10. So it's not as if it's anything that seems like bad. It just seems like maybe not as strong as his other attributes. So overall, I mean, this could be a load of rubbish, but AI is getting pretty good. So I'd like to hope it's somewhat accurate. Seems to be the profile we're looking for anyway. So if we were able to sign him, and the fact that he plays for Bayern Munich and was in Germany's World Cup squad suggests that he is of a certain calibre. So if it happens and we're not bankrupting the club over it, then why not? It seems like the right move to make, and finally would be bucking the trend of cheaping out on goalkeepers.
Yasin has some comments to add to this, by the way. He says, I still don't know how we are linked with him. He's been really good for Stuttgart. I would have guessed a Bundesliga team would have snapped him up. I think, to answer that, I probably think that's because he's on a very high wage at Bayern, and I suspect no Bundesliga clubs can afford that. Supposedly he's on about 5 million a year. I don't think Stuttgart are very keen on paying a goalkeeper 5 million a year. By the way, nor do I think we should be, just for the record. Sinan, go ahead.
So leaving Nübel aside for a moment, I would say that watching this World Cup, there have been some really fun. I mean, goalkeepers are kind of the story of the World Cup in some ways, right? With the Cape Verde had a goalkeeper who was quite good, and Curaçao even, right? Yeah, but of course, Paraguay had a goalkeeper. Yeah. Paraguay had a goalkeeper that was fantastic. Japan's goalkeeper is so good that he's probably out of our reach now because of what he did in this cup. Supposedly Premier League sides are already circling the wagon on that. So, I mean, aside from the fact that there are some fun goalkeepers making names for themselves these days, I would say that Nübel is the perfect sort of candidate from everything that Cartel just read, plus everything that you've mentioned already. And again, the profile, right? No matter how good Japan's number one keeper is or Paraguay's number one keeper, odds are greatly for the fact that Germany's third keeper is going to be better than any of their first keeper. Well, just given the pedigree of keepers in Germany. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. Japan has made leaps of late. Yeah, I don't want to typecast anyone.
Really,
but generally speaking, I mean, historically.
Yeah. And the thing, like Orlando Gil, guys, we were actually linked with him about a month ago before the World Cup started.
Really?
Yes. And he's playing, I believe, for San Lorenzo in Argentina. Apparently, he hasn't been paid in about 6 months. So I think there's really an opportunity there. He's 26,
Low-hanging fruit.
26 years old. I was really impressed with him this World Cup so far. I think he's been really, really good.
Oh, man.
And what I really liked about him as well, what I saw was the fire in that game against, was it Germany? I think they knocked out Germany, right? Paraguay.
Yeah.
And like the fire, I really like a goalkeeper with some fire. I feel like when's the last time we've had a goalkeeper with some proper fire in him? Like a proper pepper struck up his ass. Like, when's the last time, man?
Yeah.
And I feel like a goalkeeper kind of like Emiliano Martinez for Argentina in 2022. Like how important that was, like a little bit of that intimidation factor. I really like that.
Who was that goalkeeper that Sweden had back in the day in like the '94 World Cup? I think like Rivelli or something.
That's too far.
They had a goalkeeper that. Oh boy! See, there you go. That's that age gap.
Yeah.
No, they had a keeper that was just absolutely out of his mind, but like terrifying. And I mean, you need, or like Jorge Campos. Yeah. Remember Jorge Campos? Yes. It'd be fun to have a little identity back there.
I like South American goalkeepers because they always have that little bit of fire in them, that temperament. So I'm.
Cordoba,
famously
was a fiery man.
But of course, like German goalkeepers are good. Don't get me wrong. One of the things I don't like about Alexander Nübel is he faced 10 penalties this season for Stuttgart. He made 1 save. For example, Augusto Rossi, the Flamengo goalkeeper, Argentinian goalkeeper, we were being linked with. Over the last 2 or 3 seasons, 16 penalties faced. I think he saved 11 or something. No, that might be wrong.
Whoa.
That might be wrong. But he had a real,
that's crazy.
He had a good save rate, over 50%. Now, I'm not saying a goalkeeper needs to be a penalty expert, but I really like it when they are. Because quite frankly, with Ersin,
we deal with a lot of
I feel
shit.
like every time we face a penalty, has Mert ever saved a penalty when he was playing for us? And
I can't remember.
And when's the last time Ersin saved a penalty against Galatasaray, like 5 years ago or something? Like, I mean, when's the last time a Beşiktaş goalkeeper saved a penalty? When's the last time a Beşiktaş goalkeeper saved more than 1 penalty in a season? Like, I would. I'm not gonna lie. I want a goalkeeper that's really reliable. Period. But I also want a goalkeeper that can save a penalty. That can, at least when the opposition player steps up to take it, they're psyched out. And I want a goalkeeper like that, to be honest. And I don't know about Alexander Nübel. I don't know him well enough. Everything I'm reading is very positive. Everyone's seeing, he's got a great reputation in Germany. But I do feel like when supposedly you're going to be paying a goalkeeper $5 million a year, I almost feel like the goalkeeper needs to be like a star. If that makes sense, right? I don't know if Alexander Nübel is. Now, supposedly, Undersen sees him as very key to building a championship team, and look, I'll trust, I'll trust them, So if they see him as essential to the project, then by all means. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it's difficult, right? Like with goalkeepers, I kind of feel like it's a little bit like maybe a little less so, but you're not gonna. Like goalkeepers, you also need to watch games, right? To know if he's really good. Because you can watch highlights, then you can see the highlight reel, the great saves. But how's the goalkeeper on crosses? How's the goalkeeper coming out on corners? Like very simple, important fundamental stuff for goalkeepers. You're not going to see that from watching a quick 2-3 minute highlight video or just watching the highlights of the team that season. Like, I mean, you'll see the blunders and stuff, but you won't see how calm and collected they are in general. So I think goalkeepers are a little tough. So I like to refer to people who actually watch the player. So it's very similar to, I feel, obviously it's like that with most players, but like defensive midfielders is also very much like that, right? Because they are not really highlight sensitive players. Goalkeepers obviously are with their highlight reel, with the saves and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, Let's talk about something that's probably a little bit more exciting for most people. It's the offensive compartment of the team. And there's for some reason, some obsession with a certain Leandro Trossard from Arsenal. Obviously, Beşiktaş are in need of a winger, both left and right, and he can play both positions really, really well. But, guys, I don't know what's up with us, but we seem to be obsessed with this guy. Not only are we prepared, supposedly, to pay close to 20 million euros for him, and he is turning 32 years old in about 6 months, or less than that.
That's crazy.
He's 31 years old, so he's turning 32 in a couple months. And supposedly we are willing to pay close to 20 million euros for him in a transfer fee. Now, I don't really care how good you are. If you're 32 years old, I don't think you should be paying that type of money. We were talking about Alejandro Grimaldo not too long ago, 30 years old, and I think we were talking about it already then. Like, he's exceptional, he's phenomenal, but paying more than 10, 15 million euros seems crazy. And that's a player who's 2 years younger, or 1.5 or 1, whatever. And I think Trossard, yes, don't get me wrong, I think Trossard is a very good footballer, but I don't think he is exceptional. And then when they're talking about his wage demands, but being 7, 8, 9 million euros, that's almost double what our current top earner, Orkun Kökçü, who in my opinion, bar you signing like a star striker, I think he should remain the top paid player in the team. I don't think Leandro Trossard is better than Orkun Kökçü. And I definitely don't think he should be making more money than Orkun Kökçü. And I think if you have this type of money to spend, if you have this type of budget to spend on a single player, okay, fine, spend it. But then spend it on someone who's younger and maybe even better. And that's not a knock on Trossard, because again, Trossard is a solid player. He's a really good player. I have a lot of admiration for how he fought his way to the top of the Premier League when I don't think anybody really thought that he was going to get there at 25 years old. And look at him now, 6, 7 years later. He's gone through a very interesting career trajectory. Always fought and worked very hard. Yeah,
he played a surprisingly large amount last season for the Champions winning side there. So
every season for Arsenal, he's played like 50 odd games or something, and he's done really well. Also number wise, a decent amount of goals, decent amount of assists every season. So he's done really well there. And again, he's a good footballer, but he's not Ricardo Quaresma, you know? Like, he's not... I don't know. I don't understand why we... Like, if we were to sign him, let's say we pay 15 million euros, and you pay him 3.5 million a year, or 4.5 million a year, then I'd say, yeah, okay, it's a lot of money, but sure, he's a good player. But 20 million, and then paying him 7, 8, 9 million a year, which is the numbers that he's supposedly asking for, I don't understand where that... Like, we're treating him like prime Kevin De Bruyne or something. He's not that. I don't understand it. What's this obsession we have with him? And everywhere I read is, oh, President Sarah Adale really wants him.
Yeah.
Who? You're not the coach, man. Like, you should not be making these decisions. What the fuck?
Yeah, literally, like,
yeah.
You have a good staff for that. Like, let them do their job.
I cannot imagine.
And they seem to finally be working in unison too, right? You see all those images of Graf.
It's almost like, you know what, Mr. Adale, Mr. President, you get one toy and we will take care of the rest. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, and like let him be distracted by that.
No, like, I don't understand it. And also, if he thinks that signing Trossard for that type of money is going to ingratiate him to the fans or whatever, I think he's like, does he think Trossard is some big star or something?
I do think a lot of the fans online want Trossard.
Yeah, sure. I'm not against it either. He's a good player, but not for those numbers. It's silly. If you have that type of money to spend, you can get a better player. you should be able to get a better player. Like he's not like it's like Salih Özcan, right? Do I want Salih Özcan? Yeah. Do I want to pay Salih Özcan 5 million a year? No, he's not worth that, right? He's a good player. He's not worth 5 million a year. Maybe I'll give a better example than that though, because I mean Salih Özcan is obviously like Ryan Babel. Was Ryan Babel good for us? Yeah. Did you want to pay him 5 million a year?
No.
No.
So though, but I will say though, I think in the way things are now, he probably would be on 5 million a year.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be true.
But yeah, this 7-8 million a year though. It's the big difference still. It's
it's too much money for someone of that age. If he was 20, 26, 27, I'd say yeah, that's fine. But
if he was,
what's his injury history though, Con? I mean,
no,
he's pretty sturdy, right?
No, yeah, he's been pretty. I mean, he had some injuries earlier in his career, I think, but I think he's been pretty injury free for the last couple of years. But like it's. I think sometimes there's exceptions you can make for a 30-plus-year-old player, like Alejandro Grimaldo, for example. I think that's a player you could have made an exception on, in terms of paying a decent fee, paying a high, I mean, look, okay, higher wage, okay, but like.
Look, we can all agree though that if these guys bring him in for whatever they bring him in for, we'll all be intrigued by what he can do on the pitch.
Oh yeah,
right?
for
no
sure.
one's gonna be that.
I have no.
Once
doubts.
they've wasted their money, I think we'll all get pretty excited about what potential it will be.
I have no question marks about his ability, because I think he's a player that he's somebody that plays on character. He's somebody that like he wants to win. He works really hard, and he, despite the fact that he's 31, guys, I can guarantee you he can go. He does not play like a 31-year-old player. If you see him out there on the pitch, he's like 27, 28 years old, full of energy. I have no concerns there. But it's not because he still has that now that in 1 or 2 years he's still gonna have it. And if you're gonna give this guy like a 3 or a 4 year contract, that's just Lens all over again. Don't do that. Like a 30-plus-year-old player should not be getting more than a 2+1 year contract. And supposedly he wants a 4 or 5 year contract. Like what? I mean, yeah, sure, I'm sure he wants that, but come on. That's ridiculous. And
Blue Byron asks a question here that I don't know what to kind of make of. Because if you were to keep one of Emirhan, O, Černý, or Ridvan, who would it be? And I can't imagine why we would have to pick between those four. Blue Byron.
That's a weird question. Yeah.
I think it'd be O. I'd pick O.
O Černý,
or whatever.
O Černý, Ridvan, or Emirhan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Why are we picking from those four, Blue Byron? I wonder.
It's a weird one.
I wonder what. It's an interesting thought exercise.
I think I'd probably keep Emirhan.
It's O or Emirhan.
Yeah, it's O or Emirhan.
Yeah, it's O. Definitely, it's O. It's O or Emirhan for sure. It's just in my head, Emirhan's Turkish.
Yeah, that's a little younger.
And I think O, I like
maybe
O.
not actually.
I think I probably like O the most here on the podcast, maybe even. Or maybe Sinan, you like him quite a bit. I think Katla, you like him fine
I'm
too.
a fan.
I think I'm probably.
I think everyone likes him.
I'm very keen on O, but I also think I also think O you can make a decent amount of money on. I think you can sell him for a decent amount. And I'm not sure if in a entire I'm not. Despite the fact that I really like him, I'm not sure if he's gonna be enough. Because I think one of the issues with O is his in the air. I think he's never gonna be exceptional. And I kind of feel like you need serious presence in the air as a striker when you play for Beşiktaş, Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe. I think you need.
I got a hot take.
Yeah.
I got a hot take about O.
Yeah.
I think that the embarrassment of this World Cup for probably many of those guys on that Korean team, but especially guys like O who are at that age where they're just kind of hitting their peak and they want to show out and make sure that they're not sort of tarnished by this performance, that they keep getting called up for the Korean national team. I feel like a bunch of these guys are going to be ready to step up and really ball out to kind of make up for what they did there. So I feel like we could be the beneficiary.
Hopefully.
I mean, that's a bit of a Nostradamus, whatever. But yeah,
he is a very.
I have an inkling.
He's a very driven player. Now, obviously, we've been seeing him in the 6 months prior to a World Cup. Let's see how he is after now. But he does strike me as a player that's very driven, regardless.
That definitely weighs in on my thought there.
But let's talk about this though, because Beşiktaş are also in the market for a new striker. I think we all kind of agreed in the last couple of months, we need a striker anyway. We need one because we only have O. Obviously, Simi is back now. But I think we all agree we still need a striker because Simi, it's, jury's still out on whether we can rely on him. But the question then is, do you sign a striker that is clearly in the pecking order above O? Or do you sign somebody that can compete with O? And I think we were all kind of on the same page. We want somebody to compete with O. Now, it does look like the club is pursuing a star striker signing. Obviously, we've been hearing for a couple of weeks now Dušan Vlahović, who is out of contract with Juventus, who's a free agent. Beşiktaş are very serious about pursuing him. Apparently, so far, we are the only club who are willing to pony up anywhere close to his demands. He is not getting the offers he wants from the top 5 leagues, if he has gotten any offers. I mean, I know obviously Juventus have attempted to extend, but they're not willing to come close to what he is asking for. But Vlahović is holding off the boat. He is putting us on hold and saying, look, I want to evaluate offers. I want to give it a couple of more weeks maybe to see what comes in terms of offers. And Beşiktaş have been pursuing him aggressively for 3 weeks plus maybe at this point. And I think we're coming at a point now where they're, okay, you know what? Our offer is good. But if we find someone else in the meantime, obviously, it's gone. So apparently we've now made first contacts with Romelu Lukaku from Napoli, obviously Belgian international. And yeah, obviously that's a name that everyone knows and everyone has a thought about it. I've had some banter over the last couple of days, weeks maybe. I mean, I've always been a proponent of Romelu Lukaku simply because I think he's a fantastic striker. Obviously, he's coming off of a pretty bad injury and he didn't play much this season. And you can see that at the World Cup. You can see that he's not 100% match fit. But I don't know if you guys watched Belgium. But I think I think you can clearly tell that while he's not 100%, he's still got it. He's still sharp in front of goal. And I think whoever signs him this summer, whether it's us or somebody else, if you give him a month or two, I think that guy's gonna get on rolling. And then once he gets going, I think he's not gonna stop scoring. I think he's gonna go score 20. In Turkey, I think he'd easily score 25 goals because he's an absolute beast physically. If you look at him, he's not fat. He's just muscle. That's just what he is. He's just muscle. I think he's 100 kilograms of muscle, pure muscle. He would absolutely bully defenders in our league. If you think Osimhen's bullying defenders, if you think Abraham was bullying defenders, like compared to Lukaku, Abraham's just skinny fat, Like Lukaku is a physical beast, an absolute specimen. Now he is 33 years old. And he is coming off of the worst injury in his career. And it's always a little bit of a question mark, a little bit of a risk. But if you remember, that's kind of why we ended up with Mario Gomez. Now,
I was going to say, that's been Rashid Ghazal.
Yeah.
Right? Almost all of our successes in the last decade have been Abu Bakar, right? Like we've benefited quite a few times.
Sometimes you need to be really
Gomez was a few years younger, but
of course, Gomez was 29, going on 30 when he came. And the thing with Dušan Vlahović is, I I think Dušan Vlahović is a good striker, and obviously, look, he played in Italy for his entire career, basically. It's not easy to score a lot of goals in Italy. His numbers in Italy aren't super impressive, but I do think put that same striker in the Turkish league, he probably scores 5, 6, 7 goals on average more a season. I think Dušan Vlahović, if you get him, he probably scores 20 goals too. I mean, look, En-Nesyri scored 20-something goals in our league. Then Dušan Vlahović can certainly do that. And Dušan Vlahović is only 26 years old. Lukaku's 33. But I do think Lukaku is a different caliber of striker. Like 92 goals for his country. I don't know how many goals he has for at the club level, like 340 goals or something in his career already. I think both would probably cost around the same amount of money in terms of wages.
Yeah. Like a key note as well, though, Dušan Vlahović has had the best half season of his career under a certain Vincenzo Italiano. He had in only 24 games scored 20 goals and had 2 assists in half a year under Italiano. So
I wonder if
replicate that form if he was to reunite with Italiano.
If he knows Italiano.
Yeah.
If he knows Italiano, maybe that's why he's delaying coming here in the summer. he's trying to avoid some of the fitness training that Ridvan is currently suffering from.
Yeah. I mean, it's been very refreshing just seeing how active Italiano is in the training. Like,
oh man,
properly like coaching them on the fly, getting involved. It seems like he's working almost as hard as the players.
I haven't seen videos of Italiano in training yet, but I can hear him in the photos. You know, he's so, like, you can see him gesturing and, like, screaming and, like, you know, getting in there, like, mucking it up with defenders and, like, shoving elbows into them. Like, you can see he's having the time of his life.
Yeah, it's cool to see a coach getting involved as well in the training sessions, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
I don't know if Ole did that, but, yeah. It's nice to see.
It's one of the reporters on X wrote that he doesn't like see when someone's like made a mistake. He won't stop the trainings and tell them about the mistake. He'll tell them on the fly because he wants to keep the training intense as if it's a real game. So if someone does the same thing, he'll say to them on the fly. He won't stop training and say, "Look, you done this and this." While the training continues, he would do it.
That actually checks out with what you see in those pictures, right? You can tell he's flying around the pitch, yelling at guys constantly, which I love, man. Like, there's something so Italian about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he has a couple of espressos before practice to get himself amped up. Back to the strikers. I think that's a win-win proposition. I know you're going to have people talking about age with Lukaku, but I think it's important to note we're getting rid of Ndidi. There's actually kind of a void as far as...
I mean, we don't know yet.
Sally. We've lost Sally.
Actually, the recent reports, Sinan, have been quite the contrary, saying that we're going to keep Ndidi. There was reports for a while saying he was going to go.
Yeah, unless...
now it seems like there's been a...
Either way, though, right? He is functionally the only real veteran on the team now. With Sally, Uchan gone,
it's a good
Nejib.
point, I guess, yeah. I mean, look, obviously Nübel would be 30 years old, so
so that's 2.
I guess.
But so that's 2. So we get the third in that striker. I'm okay with either of them being older.
Me too. Also, I don't know if you guys,
Lukaku. Like with Lukaku, you have a track record. But what's nice is that with O, you have given his age and the injury history and all that, it's like that's all right. We have like a really good guy who can come in off the bench, spell Lukaku late in most games, and certainly if Lukaku gets injured, it's not the end of the world. We have great insurance there. And I think you'd find a rotation, maybe a way to play them both up top. Vincenzo Italiano actually seems to have had a tactic where he played with 2 strikers. He's so variable, so that I feel like he'd be able to make it work.
Lukaku and Lisandro Martinez played together at Inter as well. Let's not forget. So. The tall guy, small guy combination is something that he doesn't. He's not. Yeah,
and they're a great pair. And I suspect, I don't know Vlahovic's game as well, but just profile wise, I suspect Lukaku and O would be a better combo for that type of business than Vlahović and O, and that there's a little bit more redundancy between those two, perhaps.
I think there's more footballing quality in Lukaku than there is in Vlahović, if that makes sense. Like, I think Vlahović is a little bit more of a stiffer number 9, if that makes sense. But is obviously a great threat. But I think both of them are going to be really expensive. I understand some people are a little bit wary about Lukaku because of his injury history, especially the recent injury. And I think the only way for in my mind, because I've seen enough of Lukaku to know that if he stays healthy, he's gonna be great. Like, he's not like the saying of leave the football before the football leaves you. Well, Lukaku is not at that point yet. But obviously,
he doesn't look like it.
Obviously, he needs to stay fit. Obviously, look, that's the case for anyone, right? Like, you could sign Vlahović instead, but if Vlahović then starts suffering hamstring injuries and is out for half the season, he's gonna be a flop too, right? Like, obviously, the chance is a little bit bigger for an older player, especially an older player who just came back from an injury. Like Yasin just commented as well, like, he kind of has the flop written all over him. I kind of think, for me, I've seen this for many years. I think Lukaku has gotten this really bad rap internationally, especially from the I watch football every 2 years crowd that only watches during the World Cups and the Euros, because unfortunately Lukaku went into the 2022 World Cup unfit, wasn't able to play in the first couple of games, then came in because they needed to beat Croatia. Actually had a massive impact off the bench, but missed a couple of big chances. But the impact he had off the bench was insane, especially for a player who was playing at like max 60%. And now again, he kind of has the same thing, right? This World Cup, he's not going into it fit. He's not ready to play a full game. And you see that kind of skews people's view on him a little bit. And on top of that, obviously, he had the flop at Manchester United. He had the flop at Chelsea. That didn't work out for him. But to say that he's got it, I think if you can make it at Inter, if you can make it at AS Roma, if you can make it at Napoli, I'm pretty sure you're fine for the Super League.
Con, I want to add a little nuance to your take there, because there are people who watch football every 2 years but pretend like they're more informed because they get some superficial information. They watch some highlight shows, whatever, and so they assume their knowledge is deeper. But a real every 2 year is someone who just watches, for example, Beşiktaş most of the time. And so if you're a real 2 year, such as maybe myself, you would have tuned into Senegal versus Belgium yesterday, hearing rumors about these older players and thinking, they're a little old, they're probably past it. I've been hearing these names for a long time. And you were probably rooting for Senegal because they're the underdog and kind of a fun
and they
African
played a
team
great
in the World
game,
Cup.
and they deserved to win.
And they were fantastic
for
and a great
of the
fun
game.
team.
Yeah.
And then you watched Leandro Trossard and Romelu Lukaku as maybe 2/4 of the machine that completely turned that game around in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And I think anyone who watched that game and who really watched it impartially without really knowing too much about those guys and their club form and all that would have thought, okay, those guys just stepped into one of the biggest matches pressure-wise that anyone would ever face in their career, right? A knockout round in the World Cup, down 2 goals. And they've very clearly still got the ability to do something. So,
and also to your
worth
point,
mentioning.
Sinan, if you look at Lukaku now, look, obviously he's not fit, right? He's not fit. He played 67 minutes at club level this season, and first game against Egypt, he comes in because they need a goal. He's on the pitch for 20 seconds and he forces the own goal, 1-1. Second game, he starts, and he probably shouldn't have because he wasn't fit. Wasn't a great game for him. Third game against New Zealand, he comes on as a sub, scores. Now again in this game against Senegal, against a really good Senegal. I thought Senegal were really good, much better than Belgium. And he comes in, and the goal he scores is a really, really good goal. Now, obviously, look, it's a good assist and everything, but the finish, I don't think you score that goal if you're finished. I don't think you have it in you, because you very often see with strikers, in their careers, you very often see they score 25 goals, 30 goals, and then suddenly at 33 years old, suddenly 3 goals, 1 goal, no more goals. Ciro Immobile comes to mind in when
You know what it is, Con? I genuinely believe that outside of obviously cases where you have certain injuries that are especially debilitative, being finished is a mental condition. It's like it's not necessarily a decision, right? Because it can be passive. You might not realize the game has passed you and your heart's just not in it. You're not, it's the 85th minute in a game that's theoretically important, but you're just kind of you're just running through the motions, and then like I think being finished is it's a state of mind.
No, yeah, for
and
sure.
I think when you're not just scoring a goal like that, but at a moment like that, I think that speaks to a mentality of someone who's very clearly and still trying to prove themselves at some level.
And also the maturity that he showed in that game, because there's a moment there where Trossard and Tielemans are going at each other just before or during the hydration break. And he's the first one there separating them and saying, look, guys, calm down.
Yeah.
He's showing that leadership quality. And to talk to, obviously, look, we have with Ouattara now, we have a young player. We have some experience, of course, with the likes of Agbadu and Murillo. But I do think like having a player, a leader like Lukaku there could be good. And look, obviously, I'm not saying that he's going to be top for 2-3 years, but I definitely think this season, if you ease him in like we did with Gomez, I think he's going to have a top season. I really do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to Vlahović at all. I think Vlahović would be a great signing as well. But I think there's a difference still between Vlahović and Lukaku. I think Lukaku is really someone who could have a Mario Gomez-like impact. I think Vlahović is more like a rich man's En-Nesyri, if that makes sense. Like he's you know what I mean? Like En-Nesyri was a good striker for the Turkish Super League, but he wasn't a champion maker. I think Lukaku potentially is. I mean, I've seen him do it multiple times. So I think he could be. Now, I'm not saying we need to sign him, but I do think he's interesting, and I think there's an opportunity there because
I'll say this too, Con.
Yeah.
Whoever you're talking about how he needs to be kind of ramped up as you start the year. Whoever does get him will have the benefit, and I think them beating Senegal is just helping whoever that is even more.
Yeah,
this cup is sort of serving as that process of ramping him up. You know, so
for sure.
Someone's going to probably cash in on Lukaku getting into form as the cup rounds out. So.
Agree.
Worth noting. The timing is right, maybe.
Catal's been very quiet, and I want to hear his take on all this.
I think I'd go for Vlahović because he's younger. There's more longevity there.
But would you? How would you feel about Lukaku? Would you be upset? Because there's a lot of people like Ömer comes to mind in our chat.
Yeah.
Is
he blue Bayern, by the way?
I don't think
Is Ömer blue Bayern? Because he's calling for the Dutch Eagle over here.
No. If anything, Lukaku might, in a way, open up more opportunities for all.
Yeah, maybe.
Both out. So I wouldn't be upset with Lukaku. I just prefer Vlahović because Vlahović can have a couple of good years for us.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, that's the big upside on Vlahović is his age, right?
Kartal, if we got Lukaku, would you get the third jersey with his name on it?
No, I'm not getting. After the two
after
jerseys on the back, they both left after it. So
you're done. You're done with your jersey purchases. All right. Because I feel like Lukaku is the kind of guy that a lot of people would get that jersey for, whereas Vlahović maybe less so. Because Lukaku is a marquee name, right? That's like certainly, right, when I'm walking around New York, I'm going to have a Lukaku jersey if he plays for Beşiktaş, so I can kind of point to the back and be like, you might not recognize the name on the front of this jersey, but you damn well do the name on the back right now. Because you're in New York, right? He's a household name.
Secret I have to reveal to you. So, I don't know if I told you guys, but my mom's maiden name is Mertens. So I always, Dries Mertens was always kind of... I always liked him, so I was not happy when he went to Turkey, to Galatasaray. And Lukaku's always been, like, for me, that's probably like my second favorite Belgian player of all time. My favorite player is Wesley Song, but my second favorite is definitely Lukaku. And he's been linked with Fenerbahce a couple of times over the last couple of years, and obviously linked to us. And I think he's might have even been linked to Galatasaray. Like, he is really the last player I would like to see play for a rival. So him coming to us would also completely eliminate that chance. Although I think
there you go.
Obviously, look, he's 33 years old at this point. Like, he's not, if it doesn't happen this summer, it's probably not gonna happen. And I'd be completely fine with that. But I'd rather have him never play in Turkey than play for another team, because that would be really
of course.
I would not like that. It's like, anyway, lots of talk about that.
Good admission.
Yeah, no. So, but Lukaku or Vlahović, we'll see. Maybe neither of them will come, but we definitely will sign a striker. And I think it's important that we do, because, I mean, guys, my opinion on this. I think every big team especially, needs at least one tower up top, a player that's got real presence in the area, real presence in the air. And right now with Semi and O, I think we have two really good strikers, but they're not players that are going to offer you presence in the air. So whoever we sign as another striker, we definitely need one, whether it's Lukaku, Vlahović, or someone else. Umut Nair, we need someone like that. We need that profile of a striker on our squad, whether it's the de facto starter or it's the third striker. We need that type of a profile. Now let's move on. There's some couple more rumors, and then we can call it quits. But Salih Özcan is back in the news again. Beşiktaş have apparently made him an official offer. He's keen on coming supposedly, but he's still got big demands. Did you guys
saw the thing with Orkun?
Yes.
Apparently Orkun's trying to
and Orkun pushed
butter.
No, and Orkun has been playing a role in this for 6 months, right? Because
say?
he tried to push for it in January already. Orkun clearly has a good partnership, good relationship with Salih.
Let me say something about that. Yeah. I had no idea about that, and I had no idea they could play well together. I didn't really pay much attention on the national team to the national side, because they were, Salih Özcan was only playing in friendlies typically. For a stretch there, because they were going with Ismail Yüksek.
Mm-hmm. Which is fair enough, I think, because Salih barely played the season for Dortmund. So
yeah. Although I have to say though that you saw it in the USA match. Salih Özcan played the bulk of that one, and he's a lot better than Ismail Yüksek, even maybe in this form. And
I like
doubt,
Ismail, but yeah, I think
I don't know. I don't even. I'm not an Ismail hater, but Salih was, for me, he was maybe the man of the match. He was cleaning things up left and right in the back there. And had a fantastic interchange with Orkun, where he could sort of Orkun has that impulse to come back, and Orkun would often catch himself coming back, because he'd see Salih doing it, and he trusted him enough to kind of stop his run back and then kind of expect Salih to get the ball and set him up on the counter. And it was like 5 or 6 times they had a perfect connection.
Yeah, and it's not the first time as well, by the way.
Played very well together on the Spain draw as well, the each game in Spain.
Yeah, I was going to say that. And it's funny because both of those matches were in a scenario where Montella clearly didn't really care about the game anymore. It didn't matter to him anymore. He lost the first game against Spain 6-0 with the exact same lineup he used against Paraguay, with Orkun on the bench and Mr. Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Ismail Yüksek and whatever. Basically the same lineup against Spain. He lost 6-0. And then in the return game, when he thought, well, you know what, I'll just play my B team because we're going to lose this game anyway, he played Orkun and Salih. He played Deniz Gül up top. He played a bunch of players that he wouldn't play otherwise. And wouldn't you know it, they got a draw 2-2. Salih scored. Orkun gave an assist. Played perfectly together. And I think Orkun and Salih have a good relationship clearly in the training, in the national team. Orkun's been keen on getting this player, and I think, look, if you can, do I think Salih Özcan's worth $3.5 million a year? No, I wouldn't pay that. But if you're going to be paying Leandro Trossard 7 or 8 million a year, and you're probably paying Ndidi 4 million a year as well, or 3.5 million a year, yeah, then maybe Salih Özcan has a point in asking for 3 million. And that's the problem you create when you start dishing out really high wages like that. You create these types of situations where players start demanding crazy things. But I hope we sign Salih Özcan, and I've said this also in January, because I do think we need some more Turkish players anyway. How old is Salih Özcan? 27, I think. He's still
28.
young.
28.
28. Okay, well he's still young enough, and he's got a good pedigree. Played for years.
He's Turkish.
For Dortmund. He's Turkish international. We let go of Salih Uçan. We let go of a lot of other players.
That's a perfect upgrade, man.
Yeah.
You're getting the better Salih.
We're improving.
That's great.
We're improving our Salihs, and on top of that, we would be improving our Salihs. But on top of that as well, I think we're a little thin in midfield right now, guys. Because honestly, we have Orkun, we have Ndidi, we have Olaitan. Who else do we have?
Asllani, you've lost Asllani, you've lost Salih Uçan.
Asllani's gone, Salih's gone.
I hope he likes Kartal Kayra Yilmaz.
But he's injured.
But he was playing.
I think he's been training them.
Did he?
Yeah, he played today.
Don't think he played, did
he?
Did he play?
He was in that picture. Yeah, we listed him there. But either way, he's an 8, and we still don't have the backup 6 for Ndidi. So Salih being
Kartal's more of a register 6, man.
Sorry?
Kartal's more of a register 6 than an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not defensive. Right?
Was he in
you know
the
what I mean?
lineup?
Like, you'd almost have to play him with 2 guys in the back then, because he's not defensively present enough to really, like, against weaker sides, he could kind of play that role. But that was always a problem when it was a slightly.
He's not ideal, man. He's not going to be like the guy for you for sure, man. You need someone that's better at defending.
Yeah, no, that's why he's fine next to a guy like Salih, I think.
Yeah, the question is as well, like, Italiano's played like a straight 4-3-3. He's also played plenty of 4-2-3-1 as well. Latterly more 4-2-3-1. The question is, like, first they were talking as if we're going to sign a 6 instead of Ndidi, but now the rumours seem to be suggesting that we'll be signing a number 10.
What about Junior Olaitan?
It'll be interesting to see who will sign for the midfield. Well, I think if we sign a number 10, Olaitan will be in the bench, because you probably have Orkun and either Ndidi or another 6 that would sign in a double pivot, and then it could be Salih Özcan. Yep, it could be Salih, and then you'd have a number 10 as well. But I don't know how good that would be. I think Orkun, is at his best when he's the furthermost playing midfielder. I think. So I think if we were to play just a regular 4-3-3 and have Orkun kind of go forward more be that 8/10, I think that's maybe more beneficial for Orkun. But maybe in the long term, if he gets a number 10, it could be more beneficial for the team. It's up to him. He knows better than me. But that's me putting my 2 cents in. I'd like to see Orkun as the kind of most attacking midfielder on the team.
Yeah, me too. I don't think we really need a 10.
No, neither do I. I think I still think
I like Junior.
Should be
I like him too.
6.
Yeah. I like Olaitan.
I like Olaitan as well.
But let's remember, guys, that Italiano. This was a stat, I think we talked about it last episode, but he 140 games in a row or something, played like different lineups, like he's constantly rotating.
Lots of rotation.
So even if
and the amount he has them running and pressing, it's probably an important feature actually.
So, but that also brings with it that it's more important to have some depth, and I think that's also it's also an additional reason why I think Salih Özcan should be somebody we definitely go for and sign. Because he's also, let's not forget, he played for years for Dortmund. He's used to playing an intensive high press, gegenpressing style. So he's going to fit right into what Italiano likes. So I think he's somebody that we should really push for and try and make it work. And, maybe you don't give him 3.5 a year, but maybe he's a free agent, right? Like, give him 2.5 a year and give him a 5 million signing bonus or something, or a 3 million signing bonus, whatever. He's a free agent. Yeah. You don't have to pay a transfer fee. Give him a signing bonus that convinces him. and I genuinely think that for Salih Özcan as well, for his career, bar staying in Germany, but I think if he comes to Turkey, I think his only real option is Beşiktaş. Because, like, Ismail Yüksek isn't even playing for Fenerbahçe, so going there would be ridiculous. And Galatasaray are pretty stacked in midfield, I think, so... I mean, the only club I think where... Well, obviously, he could go to Trabzonspor, but I think the only club he could realistically go to and actually play frequently would be Beşiktaş, so... I mean, other than Başakşehir or whatever, but if you're gonna pick Başakşehir over Beşiktaş, then I don't know anymore.
You deserve what's coming.
Yeah. Right. Any other?
Yeah. So what's left?
I don't know. Is there any other rumors?
Wing? Is there any left wing stuff besides Trossard?
I mean, obviously,
There's
anything about
as well, but I think
Loriente?
that's basically already in the mud because they want 30 million and won't budge apparently, which we won't pay.
But what's up with that though? Because like last season, supposedly they wanted 20 and we didn't want to budge, and now we're a season later. He's a year older, and now supposedly they want 30 million for him. Also, why the hell do we get linked with the same player like 3 years in a row, basically? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, look, okay,
that's something that happens a lot.
But
why?
fair enough, Italiano. Obviously, look, that's a player that plays in Italy, and Italiano's Italian, and obviously he's gonna have a list of players, and maybe Loriente is on that coincidentally, but I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, it seems a bit much for it to be like a coincidence, like 3 years in a row. Like,
Getting
it makes you
driven.
think, like,
Gotta be agent
names not being linked with, like, are the agents still playing a big role in it, despite obviously we've got Graf and everything.
Or it's just, it's the media, right? Like,
they're just using our name. Yeah, maybe they're just using our name.
And
maybe it's his agent.
Also,
using our name.
agents. You say agents. I mean, there's one thing for agents. It could be agents, but it could be two things. It could be agents involved in the club, or just agents feeding shit to the media to get their clients' names out there. They do that very actively.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When there's no truth to anything, but they just want to get their names out there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And so then the last 2 years of rumors become helpful in terms of spreading more of those fake rumors, right? Because it's like, oh, well, they've been linked before, so there's certainly, smoke with those fire, like whatever, right? Like, yeah. So, I mean, again, though, I would have been happy with Lorient 3 years ago. Yeah. I would have been happy with him 2 years ago. I would have been happy with him last year. I'd still be fine with him. I mean, can we get a freaking left
I'd
winger?
rather pay 20 million for Loriente than 20 million for Trossard, because he's a significantly younger player.
Yeah. With just a glowing track record at this point. This Loriente kid is clearly a goal scorer.
No.
I
mean, is he the same level of a player as Trossard? I don't know, but
probably not. Not at their peaks relatively, but I mean, it's also worth noting that that Loriente being a goal-scoring winger means that he's got that positional variability that might suit Vincenzo Italiano, so that could lend itself to Italiano actually wanting him. But again, it's just speculation, and
by the way,
I don't know. If we're pressing as hard as we are for Trossard, then that makes Loriente probably bullshit, right? Those rumors.
Özcan just wrote, it says on the Kartaljuvac website that the EU Kartaljuvac is getting restored. So I don't know if they worked something out or if they worked something out with a new partner. I'll ask. Let's hope they work something out, because, it's a real shame, man.
I mean, Khan, you're gonna have to pull out the old shipping container, man. Let's get to work. Yeah. Let's make a new distributor.
I would, man, but
that's probably not the headache you want.
I mean, the club seems to be really difficult to deal with, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to spoil your
the logistics.
The
logistics of it isn't easy. You have to employ X amount of people, right? You have to be able to pay those people. If the club then aren't going to be willing to give you a big enough profit margin to do that, then that's where it stops, right? Like, I don't know what the profit margins are. I have no idea, but anyway, I think there's obviously going to be more developments.
Yeah, it does say if you go on the website, it says that basically they're just renewing it, and it's going to be back with us in the shortest period of time possible. Thank you for your understanding. That's the red banner going across the top of cartelusa.com.tr.
Is that new? Is that a new notification?
Must be.
I mean, I just noticed that after, as Jan said, but maybe it's been there for longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's coming back, so that's a good news.
A glimmer of hope. Yeah.
Soon you'll all be able to place your orders from Cartel USCU. Luckily, my brother, as Jan is in Turkey just now, he's at the holiday house, so wasn't able to go to the Cartel USCU to get them, but he ordered them online as soon as he came out to the house in Izmir. My cousin picked them up on. I think she got them yesterday. They arrived, so 2 days after ordering. So, yeah, I'll get my hands on mine next Tuesday. But for the rest of you should soon be able to order from cartelusa.eu.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so, and hopefully without sponsors.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that'll be the case. I mean, it's a good wish, but I think that wish will be deemed too much by the people.
I don't know, man, because this president has repeatedly proven to be sensitive to social media criticism. So hopefully,
that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe make noise, folks.
And,
make noise.
They are making noise. People are making
noise. And I don't think it won't cost them anything unless they've pre-printed all their stock already, which I highly doubt they did. So I think it's something they should be able to do, man, relatively easily.
Keep the volume up. Keep the volume up on Twitter, guys. And tag Adala in your post.
You can always peel them off. You can always peel this stuff off, of course, but that might.
But leave a residue, man, behind.
Yeah.
You don't want the residue. You don't want the residue.
It's true. Anyway, I think we're gonna call it here. I mean, maybe we forgot something. Yep. Obviously, there's just so much stuff to talk about all the time, but at the end of the day, there are rumors, and when things heat up, we'll definitely get into it.
Anything about a central defender?
No,
nothing noteworthy. And
I'm fine with that, to be honest. Like, we don't need to rush.
Dude, I honestly, but we have Agbadu and Jallo on one side. We have Emirhan and Felix. Like, that's not a crisis point for me, honestly. I feel like that's actually a pretty decent, rotation, all things considered. Especially when you have 0 left wingers. that feels like a slightly more pressing issue. Anyway, let's call it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just one last thing before we go. The new left back Ouattara will be wearing number 11, which is
11. That's interesting.
Maybe he has aspirations to play on the wing.
Weird. That's not just interesting. That's just weird. But also, I have to be honest, I don't really like that too much, because I feel like 11's a marketable number, and you kind of want to keep that. Like, I was wondering, like, what happens if we get Vlahović or Lukaku? Does that mean O gets stripped of number 9?
We might do a whole Radwanskij Quaresma type deal where they have the signing ceremony and
the hand
over the number 9, and then he'll swap him with a number 99 or something.
That would be a slap in the face for O, I feel. I would much rather, then I would much rather see like Lukaku get like number 90 or Vlahović get number 90.
I'm sure Lukaku's won like 99 before, so I don't think he's the type of guy to.
He wore 90. I think he wore 90 the second time he went to Inter, and I think he wore it at Roma as well. I think he wore 90 there too.
Semi Klutsoy wears 90 though.
Is he wearing 90 now?
Yeah.
Do we know that already? Is that confirmed?
No, he's 91. He's 91, Cardinal.
No, that's
Isn't he
Mustafa.
91?
That's
No, he's 90.
Mustafa
changed to 23. So Mustafa's our new Michael Jordan.
23.
Or Mitch Robinson.
New Cenk Tosun. Jesus, no. That's blasphemy giving Mustafa that number.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't even say that.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, look, I always feel like if you do sign big stars, you should give them the most marketable numbers. But at the end of the day, I guess any number becomes marketable for the right player, right? Like, and it's almost like look at Osimhen for Galatasaray. He wears 45. So, you know,
and no one seems to care.
Who's to say Vlahović or Lukaku couldn't wear 65 or something? I'd be interested to see what number, if Trossard ends up coming, what number he'd end up going with, Like, for example, seeing number 7 on a certain player's shirt just hurts my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. The latest news is that he wants to prove himself at Beşiktaş.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not had 3 years to prove himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's probably one of the guys who's been on the club the longest now. Like, I think he's had more than enough time. I think most of us would argue he's had more than enough time.
Yeah.
I had a point to make, but I forgot it. It's gone. Gone with the wind. Let's wrap this puppy up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us today on the Black Eagles podcast. I know it's been a while. Obviously, hopefully we'll be back soon, but that depends greatly on the developments, because I am a very firm believer of not podcasting just for the sake of podcasting, but I think we should be having something worthwhile to talk about, and that only really happens if there's something to talk about, right? If there's a transfer or whatever. I will be looking to record a preview for the Midtjylland Europa League qualifiers soon. That match is coming up on the 23rd of July, so still a couple of weeks to go. But that game is coming around, lurking around the corner. So look out for that. That'll be available for the Patreon and YouTube members first, and then probably 10 or so days out from the game, it'll be public, depending on when I record it, obviously. And yeah, guys, thanks for joining me as always. And
yeah.
See you.
Well, and for those of you who fear, those who are just fiending for Beşiktaş content, the next Schwarting report is soon to come, and we're gonna do the final power rankings for the season. We all know who won, who's number 1. I don't think there's going to be much debate in that regard, or any controversy. But who, for example, like Kartal, I'm going to ask you blindly, who do you think would be the second most impactful player for Beşiktaş in this last season? After Orkun. Orkun is the obvious runaway champ.
I mean, you could say it was Czerny for 2 months, but if you're maybe looking, it's quite sad saying this, probably, but probably looking at Tammy Abraham or Ohungu.
Oh, see, that's they kind of canceled each other out because they only got half a season, and so you have to remember it's a cumulative thing. But so players who actually got to play the most have an advantage. So think of who played the entire season for us last year. There are very, very few options actually. Khan, you want to have a guess? Who do you think will be the second most impactful player after Orkun?
This season?
Yeah.
Last season.
Oh, last season.
Yeah. Now, this season we haven't started
second most
yet.
impactful player. I guess over the entire season. Oh. Indeed.
It's hard, right?
I don't know. Is it Czerny? I would guess.
I'm not gonna spoil it now. You
all right.
must all tune in to the Schwarting Report season fiesta. No, I'll tell you guys after we go off air, but no, it was actually a very fun season with the power rankings this year, and
don't tell me off air. I want to find out review. Now.
All right, good. Yeah, all right. No, I'm going to do the full season review like in the next couple days. I'm separating out the players who arrived in January and doing their rank separately since they have the same kind of window to be judged in, which is a fun little exercise. I wonder. I mean, I don't think you guys would guess who the most impactful January transfer was, but anyway, all of that is to be answered on air soon on the next Schwarting Report. Stay tuned for that. Besides that, I feel like it's really important for people to say these types of things as the season begins anew. Let's go, Beşiktaş! Peace out! Yo, give me the list. Where's the list? Who do we got here? Oh, Ozcan! No comment there, Zavachi. Nathan Davis. Finish, not the sweetest of all. Tristan, Marky Gray, Michael Berry, Umer, Mr. Positive, extremely positive Kunal. Tayfur Yaylagur, Star Peruzemir, Efe Sezer, Uzcan, the Twin Oğur, Atilcan, the Pope of Chicago Malak, Murder, Mert, Oğuz Ozgulduk, Eray Gondur, Serkan Özden, Ali J, Turkish Delight 28, Blacko 54, the Benefactor, Jara the Irishman Hensi, Mario 1 and a 2 and a 3 Vargas, Onur Secher, Neil Tariq, Sebastian the Not Sporting Director Heinaf, Omacha K2H, Batman the Vigilante Turk, Nasty Naz Nasser, and of course, the indubitable, the indefatigable, the indomitable Le Financier himself, the Dutch Eagle. Been a while since I got to do one of these. Peace out, everyone. Burp.